If you're over 60, this next 10 seconds could quietly predict how independent you'll be in the years ahead. And the good news is, failing it does not mean it's too late. Most seniors have never heard of the 10-second test. Yet doctors and physical therapists often use simple movement checks like this to spot early loss of balance, leg strength, and coordination. Not to scare people, but to prevent falls, loss of confidence, and the slow shrinking of daily life. Here's what usually happens. One day, you notice you're holding the wall more often. Getting up from a chair takes a little longer. You avoid stairs when possible. You stop rushing across the street when the light changes. None of this feels dramatic. It feels normal for age. But quietly, the body is sending signals. The 10-second test is simple. It doesn't require equipment. It doesn't require athletic ability. And it doesn't measure willpower. It measures whether your legs, hips, and nervous system are still working together the way they should. Many people over 80 struggle with it. Some fail it completely. And when that happens, fear often follows. Am I getting weak? Is this just how aging goes? Should I stop doing certain things? Here's the reassurance most seniors never hear. This decline is not caused by age alone. It's caused by specific muscles falling asleep and specific movement patterns being ignored for years. That's important, because what was lost through disuse can often be gently rebuilt. Not with long walks, not with intense workouts, and not with risky balance challenges, but with a few targeted exercises that send the right signals back to the brain and body. Exercises that are safe, short, and realistic, even after 80. Unfortunately, most seniors are told the wrong advice. Just walk more. Be careful. Don't push yourself. While well-intentioned, this advice often leads to less confidence, not more. Less strength, less stability. The body adapts to what you ask of it. If you stop asking it to balance, it forgets how. If you stop asking your legs to work together, they stop cooperating. That's why failing the 10-second test is not a verdict. It's a message that says, these systems need gentle retraining. And the encouraging truth is this: you don't need dozens of exercises. You don't need machines. You don't need to exhaust yourself. In fact, after 80, doing less, but doing the right things, works far better. In a moment, I'm going to explain what this test really shows about your body, why so many active seniors still fail it, and how just 3 simple exercises can begin reversing the problem safely. But first, you need to understand what this test is actually revealing, because it's not what most people think. The 10-second test is not a strength contest. It's not about athletic ability. And it's not about how much you exercise. What it really measures is coordination between your brain, hips, legs, and feet. As we age, these systems often stop communicating clearly. Not because they're broken, but because they're underused. Here's why that matters. When you were younger, your body constantly practiced balance without you realizing it. You stepped over curbs. You turned quickly. You stood on one leg while putting on shoes. You got up from the floor. These small movements trained your nervous system every day. But over time, many seniors begin to avoid them. You sit more. You move slower. You keep both feet planted for safety. You rely on furniture, rails, or walls. Again, this feels sensible. But the body learns from repetition. When balance is avoided, the brain slowly reduces its investment in balance muscles. Hip stabilizers weaken. Foot muscles grow lazy. Reaction time slows. This is why even seniors who walk every day can fail the 10-second test. Walking is helpful for circulation and mood, but it's mostly forward motion. It does not fully train balance, side-to-side control, or getting up from low positions. Another common misunderstanding is thinking the problem is leg strength alone. Strength matters, but many seniors who fail this test still have decent strength. The missing piece is timing. Balance requires muscles to turn on in the right order, at the right moment. If one muscle is late, the body wobbles. If another overreacts, the body stiffens. The result is hesitation, shaking, fear. This leads to one of the biggest aging mistakes, trying to be careful instead of retraining the system. When people feel unsteady, they often move less. They shorten steps. They rush through movements. They tense up. Unfortunately, tension makes balance worse. Another mistake is attempting exercises that are too challenging. Standing on unstable surfaces, closing the eyes, doing fast movements. These can overwhelm the nervous system and increase fear, especially after 70 or 80. The goal is not to challenge balance aggressively. The goal is to restore trust between the brain and body. And that happens through slow, controlled, repeatable movements. One more important point: failing the 10-second test does not mean a fall is inevitable. It means the warning lights are on. This is the ideal time to act. The body is incredibly adaptable, even later in life. But it responds best to clarity and consistency. That's why the next part is so important. I'm going to walk you through 3 specific exercises. They are gentle. They are safe for seniors over 80. And they target the exact systems this test reveals as weak. Each one has a purpose. Each one builds on the last. And together, they form a short daily routine that many seniors can do in under 10 minutes. These are not extreme movements. They are not trendy workouts. They are quiet, effective, and realistic. In the next section, I'll explain each exercise step by step, what it trains, and how to do it without fear. These exercises are not about pushing limits. They are about restoring communication between your brain and body. Move slowly. Breathe normally. If needed, keep a chair, counter, or wall nearby for light support. Do these once a day, or every other day if you prefer. Consistency matters more than intensity. Exercise 1. The supported sit to stand. Reset. This is the most important movement for independence. It retrains leg strength, balance timing, and confidence all at once. How to do it. Sit on a sturdy chair. Feet flat on the floor, about hip width apart. Scoot forward so your feet are slightly under your knees. Rest your hands lightly on the chair arms or thighs. Now lean your chest forward slightly. Press through your feet. Stand up slowly. Pause for 2 seconds once standing. Feel your weight evenly through both feet. Then slowly sit back down with control. That's 1 repetition. How many? Start with 3 to 5 repetitions. Rest. Build up to 8 over time. Why this works? Many seniors push themselves up quickly or collapse back down. That teaches poor timing. This slow version teaches your brain when to activate the hips, thighs, and core in the correct order. It directly improves the ability to rise without grabbing furniture. Safety tip: if standing fully feels difficult, use more hand support. Strength will come gradually. Exercise 2. Heel-to-toe weight shift. Balance re-education. This exercise quietly retrains balance without fear. How to do it. Stand near a counter or wall. Feet hip-width apart. Place one foot slightly in front of the other. Heel near the toes. You do not need to touch heel to toe exactly. Keep both feet on the floor. Now slowly shift your weight forward onto the front foot. Hold for 3 seconds. Then shift your weight back to the rear foot. Hold for 3 seconds. Move slowly. Breathe. That's 1 cycle. After several repetitions, switch feet. How many? 5 slow cycles per side. Why this works? This trains the small stabilizing muscles in the feet, ankles, and hips. It also teaches your nervous system how to adjust weight safely. Many seniors lose balance not because they're weak, but because the body doesn't shift weight smoothly. This exercise restores that skill. Safety tip: light fingertip support is enough. Do not grip tightly. Exercise 3, standing march with pause. This exercise reconnects balance and coordination. How to do it? Stand tall near a chair or counter. Lift one knee slowly as if marching. Only lift it a few inches. Pause for 2 seconds. Lower it with control. Switch legs. Move slowly and evenly. How many? 5 lifts per leg to start. Gradually build to 10. Why this works? This mimics real-life movements like stepping over objects or starting to walk. The pause retrains balance timing. It teaches the brain that standing on one leg, briefly, is safe. This directly improves the ability to pass the 10-second test. Safety tip: if lifting the knee feels unstable, lift it lower. Height is not important. How to combine them? These 3 exercises work best together. A simple routine: sit to stand reset, heel to toe weight shift. Standing march with pause, total time about 8 to 10 minutes. That's it. No floor work, no equipment, no rushing. What to expect? In the first week, you may notice better awareness of your feet, more confidence standing up, less hesitation when starting to walk. Within a few weeks, many seniors notice smoother movements, less reliance on furniture, improved balance, confidence. Progress is not about speed. It's about steadiness. Some days will feel easier than others. That's normal. What matters is continuing. In the final part, I want to reassure you of something very important and help you stay motivated without pressure or fear. If you've reached this point, I want you to hear this clearly. It is not too late. Not at 70, not at 80, and not beyond. The body does not stop adapting because of age. It adapts based on what it is gently asked to do. Many seniors believe balance loss is permanent, that once confidence is gone, it never returns. But what's often missing is not ability, it's reassurance. Reassurance that slow progress is real progress, that small movements matter, that safety and improvement can exist together. The exercises you just learned are not dramatic, and that's exactly why they work. They respect your nervous system. They reduce fear instead of feeding it. They rebuild trust between your brain and body. You don't need to pass the 10-second test tomorrow. You don't need to prove anything. You only need to show up consistently. Some days, you'll feel stronger. Some days, you'll feel cautious. Both are normal. What matters is that each repetition sends a message to your body. We are practicing stability again. That message adds up. Over time, standing feels less effortful. Transitions feel smoother. Your posture feels more upright. And perhaps most important, your confidence quietly returns. Confidence changes behavior. You move more naturally. You stop bracing for every step. You trust your legs again. This is how independence is preserved. Not through force, but through gentle, intelligent movement. If you failed the 10-second test before, let that be information, not fear. Use it as motivation to begin, not to worry. Try these exercises for a few weeks. Go slowly. Stay relaxed. And remember this: every time you stand with control, every time you shift weight smoothly, every time you pause and balance, you are training your future self. A steadier self. A more confident self. Thank you for taking this time for your health. If this guidance helped you, share it with someone who may need it. And keep choosing movement that supports you, not overwhelms you. Your body is still listening.